Hey y'all, I really wanted to vlog the process of purchasing land for the high school because it's such an exciting moment or event for us and our village really. And so today we had everything set up and we were all prepared. Carson has his drone all charged up, and the surveyor was supposed to be here at 10 and it's 11:15. So I decided, let me jump on here and share the frustrating parts of this process, because in Kenya there's always delays, like every step of the way there's some sort of delay. And so I just thought I would jump on here this morning and share this part and then pick back up if the surveyor shows up or whatever. So he was supposed to be here at 10 and we have the landowner. He was here just before 10. Actually, he had to travel from Nairobi. Even though he lives locally, I guess he was in Nairobi doing something. So he's here, we're ready, and the surveyor is not ready. And so at about 11 o'clock, we called the surveyor and said, "Where are you?" He said, "Oh, I'll be there in an hour." And so Jeff said, "Just don't worry about coming. We'll get a new surveyor." So here is hiccup number one, and I'm sure there will be more. But I wanted to kind of share the full process as we're able to. We're hoping still to get the survey done today, and then we're hoping to meet with our attorney and do everything paperwork legally later on this week. So I'll pick back up when and if the surveyor gets here. Okay, so it's 12:30 and we have a new surveyor here, and so we're headed back to the land. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but that's Carson's drone. If you hear that flying thing, Carson is behind me, and then in front of me is Jeff and Emmanuel and the surveyor. So we're gonna walk down to the new land that will be for the high school.
In order to get a good land survey, you have to have accurate measurements, and the measurements, of course, have to start with knowing where the boundaries are. In rural parts of Kenya, it's typical to have trees planted along the boundaries as identifying markers. Okay, during the measurements, a storm has blown in. Everything is blowing. It's raining, it's not raining, but it's kind of raining. And so now we're headed back to our house to do calculations to figure out exactly how many acres it is. As I said, we were thinking it was 4. The owner said it might be a little bit more. So I guess we'll figure out. Oops, sorry. But it's crazy. It feels amazing though. Earlier it was super hot, but now it has cooled down. We have like a whole team with us. We picked up some people along the way, people who are related to the landowner and people who live around, just seeing what we're doing and talking to us about the school and stuff. So they're excited, we're excited, and we'll update with the land total later. Okay, so the surveyor just finished and he's saying that it's kind of loud. I'm at the school. See, school kids. Anyways, he's saying it's 4.07 acres, which is so crazy to think that we're gonna end up doubling our land.
Yeah, and it's in a perfect location because it just connects at the very back of our property, and yet there's a main access road, so we're kind of in the middle of a connecting road. I don't know how else you want to put that.
I can't help you because I don't know either, but
my dad's the architect. He's the one that knows these terms. I don't.
Yeah. So the land connects at the back of our property, but there's also a semi-main road that runs in front of it. And there's a road that runs down the side of it that's really small, but they're saying at some point that the county government is going to widen that into a full-size road. So, wow, this is like super exciting.
Yeah, just take it in steps. God willing, all of this will work out and it will benefit a great number of people. A high school of good quality is in serious need in our community. So please continue to pray with us that if this is God's will, He'll put all the pieces together, and we're just looking forward to see what God does.
Yeah, we definitely don't ever want anyone to think that this is about us. Jeff and I are not really equipped to run a high school or a primary school, but God has stepped in and really provided and given us insight that we didn't have before, and so Jeff and I are not excited because now we can walk around and say we have 8 acres of land. It's about, there's 8 acres of ministry being done. And so this is a huge opportunity for our village to be able to go to high school. Only through 8th grade is required by the government, so high school is an option. And for a lot of kids, especially in our village, it's really not an option because it's too expensive. And so we still want to keep the class sizes relatively small, but we think 40 is probably okay for high school. And so that'll be 40 kids, additional 40 kids each year getting to go to high school that probably wouldn't be otherwise, which is just awesome.
All right, so it is Thursday morning. We have a big day ahead of us. Right now we're headed to our lawyer's office to meet the man selling us the land. Along with our lawyer, we're going to draw up an official legal land purchase agreement and make a down payment, and then the final payment will be due in January. And as long as we make that final payment, there will be no issues. The land will legally belong to us. There's a clear title deed on the land, so it'll be easily transferred into our name. And so this is a big important step in finalizing the land for the high school. Then what else are you guys doing today?
Carson and I do our weekly shopping on Thursday most weeks, and so after we do the land purchase agreement, we get to go all through town again and get all the stuff that we need for this next week coming up. But the land purchase agreement is super exciting because it's almost as good as a land purchase. So we are just crazy excited about what's to come.
Yeah, amen. Okay, so we're back from the lawyer's office, and we now have a legal land purchase agreement. And so that was the big important step. Now there's really no way for anyone to back out of it without penalties. And so it's pretty much a done deal. We have made the down payment, already transferred that money into the seller's account, so we're good there. Now we just have one last step. That'll be a final payment in the beginning of January. And then after that, it's a simple process of transferring the title deed into our names. And so, as I mentioned, we have a payment coming up in January. And can you tell us where we're at on that?
Yeah, so we're 68% funded on the total cost of the land, which is amazing because just a few weeks ago, I was not sure if we should even continue trying to purchase this land. So we have just under $13,000 left to get together before January.
Yeah, so that, I hope, tells you about the process that we're going through to purchase the land. And so we're going to finish it up here. So make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell button so you get notifications when
the little
we
bell
post.
button.
Yeah, the
I'm
little
sure
bell.
it has
I think
a
that's
real
the
name.
official term for it.
Okay.
I'm very YouTube savvy. And so
Carson's dying behind
hit
the camera,
little
by
bell
the way.
button to our vlog.
We're a mess, y'all.
Thank you so much for your prayers and support. We love all of you, and we couldn't do this without you. So
Thank
God
you
bless.
so much.